Let's hear it for 1, 2, 3.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here. Oh, the pirates in their fetid galleons, daggers in their skivvies. Wow. With infected, tattooed fingers round a blunderbuss or two. Signs of scurvy in their eyes, and only mermaids on their minds. Now it's from them I would expect to hear the F word, not from you. You sit down to have a chat. It's F word this and F word that. I can't control how you young people talk to one another, but I don't want to hear you use that F word with your mother.
There are militant survivalists with Gucci bandoleros, taking tacky, khaki, walkie-talkies to the rendezvous, trading all the latest armor-piercing ammo information. It's from them I would expect to hear the F word, not from you.
It's time to have a chat. It's F word this and F word that. I can't control how you young people talk to one another, but I don't want to hear you use that F word with your mother.
There are jocks who think that God is right there drooling in the bleachers in a cold November downpour with a belly full of brew, whose entire grasp of heaven has a lot to do with football. Now it's from them I would expect to hear the F word, not from you.
Sit down to have a chat. It's F word this and F word that. I can't control how you young people talk to one another, but I don't want to hear you use that F word with your mother.
There's unsavory musicians with their filthy pinko lyrics.
This land is your land, and this land is my land.
Who destroy the social fabric and enjoy it while they do. With their groupies and addictions and their poor heartbroken parents. Now it's from them I would expect to hear the F word,
Not from you. Sit down to have a chat. It's F word this and F word that. I can't control how you young people talk to one another, but I don't want to hear you use that F word with your mother.
There are aging politicians who are preening in the White House, scanning scads of Reader's Digest to keep up with the news. With their catchphrase and their missiles and their promises of plenty, you'll never hear the F word from them, but you'll get screwed.
Sit down to have a chat. It's F word this and F word that. I can't control how you young people talk to one another, but I don't want to hear you use that F word with your mother.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That song was written by Peter and Lou Berryman from Madison, Wisconsin, except the last verse, which we wrote in an unsuccessful attempt to keep him out of the White House. And the next song is the song that Cy Khan wrote when he got into the White House. In fact, Cy Khan usually writes a song for every president, he says, that gets elected. And he usually waits until they prove themselves a term or two. Well, he didn't wait at all with this one. You knew what we were in for. But we have a friend who waited a little while, and she wrote a verse for it, and we're going to do that, our friend Betty McFarlane. So it's got a sing-along chorus, and we want you to join us on it. The president stepped off the silver screen. He said, people, put your lives here in my hands. Oh, we can can turn our country's honor white again. Let the sulfur smoke of progress fill our land. And we got government on horseback again. Back to the days when congressmen were men. We can make it on our own, running on testosterone. We got government on horseback again. Oh, help me give our land the golden goose. Turn our native corporations loose. High voltage lines will go the extra mile. And it's power to the people, nuclear style. And we got government on horseback again. Back to the days when congressmen were men. And we can make it on our own, running on testosterone. We got government on horseback again. Blow out the lamp beside the golden door. We don't need cheap foreign labor anymore. Well, without the unions and the ERA, we can all have twice the jobs and half the pay. And we got government on horseback again. Back to the days when congressmen were men. We can make it on our own, running on testosterone. We got government on horseback again. A 6-gun isn't big enough for me. With an MX, I'm as cocky as can be. And when I get my laser beam in place, well, I can be a cowboy out in space. And we got government on horseback again. Let's hear it. Back to the days when congressmen were men. And we can make it on our own, running on testosterone. We got government on horseback again. Help out now. Back again. Back again. Oh, back again. Back again. Yes, we got government on horseback again. Well, it's back to home for mommy. Blow the hell out of the commies. Government on horseback again. Yes, I the power to the Reagans. And the hell with all you pagans. Government on horseback again.
Speaking of our man in Washington, D.C.
Well, that's a pretty one, huh? That's right in tune.
This song, I wrote a song, I guess it was in March, the day that the Senate was voting on the Contra Aid bill. And it struck me how much power those people have to determine the fate of all of us everywhere in the world. And it was kind of scary. And I thought, well, I better write a song about this, and then maybe I won't be quite so afraid. And I got thinking, if all of us write songs and march and talk and write letters and do whatever we can to let them know how we feel, and hopefully someday governments will truly represent the people. So this is a song. Thank you.
However, if in any way you agree with Reagan, please do not write. You only can write the right thing. Or the left thing.
That's right. Anyway, this is a song called Nicaragua, and I'd like to dedicate it to Betty McFarland. She has really been a mentor. She's someone who works wherever truth and justice is needed. It's a song for her. It's just another day in Nicaragua. Workers picking coffee over in the hills not so far away. You can hear grenades going off today. They come from the USA in Nicaragua. Truth to the people who watch the children dying. They lose their farms, their schools, their lives. They know someone's lying. Just ask the people, just ask the people. No more killing people. Peace loving people. You got to speak out now. It's just another day in the Senate. The fight continues over Contra Aid. Meanwhile, in the streets not so far away, hungry people lose their lives today, right here in the USA and in Nicaragua.
people who watch their children dying. They lose their farms, their schools, their lives. They know someone's lying. Just ask the people, just ask the people. No more killing people, he is loving people. You got to speak out now. Children dying. They lose their farms, their schools, their lives. They know someone's lying. Just ask the people, just ask the people. No more killing people. He is loving people. You got to speak out now. Red debating thrives at the Hill. Joe McCarthy is living still. True freedom fighters are those who fight for life by stopping those who kill. They live in the USA and in Nicaragua. True to the people who watch their children dying. They lose their farms, their schools, their lives. They know someone's lying. Just ask the people, just ask the people. No more killing people. He is loving people. They got to speak out now. Just ask the people. Just ask the people. No more killing people. He is loving people. You got to speak out now. You got to speak out now. We got to speak out now. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we've been known not only for our political tunes, but for our mushy ones. So this is a mushy part of the set. And sometimes, I don't know if you remember back to one of those early dates when you're kind of awkward and looking at the person sitting next to you and thinking, gee, you know, it's kind of fun. Well, this is a song about those first feelings on that early date. The band was playing off key. You sat next to me. I felt awkward and shy and didn't know why. You said, do you know the words? I felt so absurd. You gave me a glance, so I took the chance and asked you to dance. You said, do you know this too? As we walked around the room, I said I'd heard it before. which is available out there at the festival booth and also at the Artichoke and Genevieve booths in the Uncommon Market.
I'd like to take just a minute here to introduce ourselves. I'm Janet Peterson. I live in Bellingham. Thank you. That's enough. Okay, now on with the show.
Janet is our backup band. Nan Colley is on the bass here. Shane Portland. Marie Eaton on the water glass.
And our own Kathleen, lead singer, lead guitarist, lead everything.
Lead
Fallon.
Philly. Yeah. And queen for the day is... Need a new washer and dryer.
This next song is the song that people most ask us, is this on your album? It is not on our first album. It will be on the second album. You don't even know what it is.
All right, we'll take it.
It's a song called Everything Possible, written by Fred Small. I asked him to write it because I wanted my son at age 8 to know everything it had taken me 35 years to learn.
And I've taken Fred about a minute and a half to write. Just kidding, Janet.
The short set. Anyway, he wrote this song, and I dedicate it now to my parents. 1, 2, 3. We have cleared off the table, the leftovers saved, washed the dishes and put them away. I've told you a story and tucked you in tight at the end of your knockabout day. And as the moon sets its sails to carry you to sleep over the midnight sea, I will sing you a song no one sang to me. May it keep travel any country where your heart leads, and know I will love you still. You can live by yourself, you can gather friends around, you can choose one special one, and the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done.
He writes wonderful songs. This song is by Luther Schutz.
All right, Luther, can we have a little more mic stand in the monitor?
It's a river that rolls and flows. It's a story that never grows old. It's a light on the land. You can reach out your hand. You know it's part of us all. And it's a full moon that shines on down. It's a crackle of snow on the ground. It's a sip when you're dry. It's the tears that you cry. You know it's always around. And we just drift with the tide, trying to find the light that's inside. Sometimes it's hard to resign yourself to your life. You quiet your heart and your mind, not looking too hard is the best way to find that certain light that will shine on your way home. And it's a faraway look you get when you think about someone you met. It was a long time ago, but in your heart you still know they're a part of you yet. And it's the full moon that shines on down. It's the crackle of snow on the ground. It's a sip when you're dry. It's the tears that you cry. You know it's always around. And we just drift with the tide. Sing it with us. Trying to find the light that's inside. Sometimes it's hard to resign yourself to your life. But you quiet your heart and your mind. Not looking too hard is the best way to find that certain light that will shine on your way home. And it's a river that rolls and flows. It's a story that never grows old. It's a light on the land. You can reach out your hand. You know it's always around. It's the warmth of the sound you hear when you think about someone so dear. You know it's been quite a while, but they live in your smile, growing stronger each year. And we just drift with the tide, trying to find the light that's inside. Sometimes it's hard to resign yourself to your life. But you quiet your heart and your mind. Not looking too hard is the best way to find that certain
beautiful song. I think it sounds really nice.
Well, if Luther says yes.
If we can find Luther.
We're going to call Luther and see if it still sounds like how he wrote it.
That's the folk process, you know.
If it doesn't, we'll say we wrote it. That's really the folk process.
We'd like to do one last song for you. It's but we ought to thank first of all the folks who have set up the stage and run sound and done all of this work for everybody here. I hope you've enjoyed the folk festival. We have. This is another one.
You can get that on the album.
That'll be on the album. This is a song that I wrote last summer. I finally had the courage to face an assault that had happened 15 years ago, and I never dealt with it. And part of the healing process for me was in this song and in singing it and sharing it with other people. Oh, thank you. And in playing it on the guitar. And it has been a truly wonderful experience for me, and I hope you'll sing it with us. It's a song about freedom. People the same, black and white will walk together, joining hands.